Crowd going wild, seeing President Trump as he salutes during the national anthem at Super Bowl 59, making history as he becomes the first sitting president to attend the big game. Fox News contributor Joe Concha joins me now. Joe, what message did the entire scene, if you will, send from Trump going to the game to his saluting during the anthem to bringing back the pregame interview?
Todd, it's amazing that that's the first U.S. president that we have seen at a Super Bowl out of the 59 Super Bowls that we have had. You can't get your head around it. The fact that Nixon wasn't there or Gipper, Ronald Reagan never attended one, Bill Clinton, a big sports fan, George W. Bush. The fact that Donald Trump was there shows that optimism is back. The golden age is back here in America. And Donald Trump obviously got a huge ovation. Didn't see that great of a game, obviously, but at the same time, when you have 120 million people watching as a president, that is a layup. That is I guess layup's probably the wrong word here. That is a 1-inch touchdown for any politician to make. And the fact that Donald Trump was the first to do it tells you a lot, Todd.
Speaking of that pregame interview, let's listen to more of Trump with Brett.
We have to come together, but to come together, there's only one thing that's going to do it, and that's massive success. Success will bring the country together, but it's hard.
Yeah, along those lines, Joe, to borrow from sports, winning solves a lot of problems.
Yeah, optimism is the key right now, and if Donald Trump is successful in his next 4 years, then the country does come together. There was a CBS poll out yesterday, Todd, showing his approval rating higher than ever. But the crosstab is what you have to look at. And one was that 70% of the American people, 7 in 10, believe that Donald Trump will be successful in terms of keeping his campaign promises kept. And that's amazing. 7 in 10 backing Donald Trump in terms of, I promise something, I'm going to deliver on it. That's all you need to know as far as the way people look at Donald Trump, and particularly young people. He's polling higher than any other age group when you look at 18 to 29 than any other age group right now. So the future looks great with Donald Trump in terms of what he's saying he will do and what he actually is doing as far as the executive orders are concerned and everything else.
Well, let's get to the commercials now, Joe. Top Super Bowl commercials. This one from the Secret Service really got a lot of people's attention. It was brought to us by action director Michael Bay. Watch.
Protectors are born, they're not made. America's Secret Service protecting this Super Bowl is asking a few more to step forward.
Oh, yeah, that's all Michael Bay. What was your favorite ad, Joe?
I loved, there were several actually that I really liked, but the Peyton Manning one was really good. There was 1,000 that were great. It wasn't overall though. Let me give it like a big picture story here, Todd. I didn't see like one where I'm like, wow, I'm going to remember that 20 years from now, right? There wasn't the Bud Light frogs, for example. It was all the ads were pretty good, but this one that we saw here with Ben Affleck, for example, who's been great lately, overall, or Seal, obviously, that was also an awesome one. But overall, they were good. But when at the party that I was at, next door neighbor, no one stood out and said, wow, that was a great ad.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I like the Duncan one. Bill Belichick and his lady friend and Ben Affleck and Jeremy Strong, just wild stuff in that one. Now we got to get your thoughts on this, though, because Taylor Swift was booed during the Super Bowl, Joe. Watch. Joe, care to say something about Taylor Swift that's going to ruin your day on Twitter or X?
No. Nope. She's a great person. My daughter has warned me, do not ever even remotely criticize Taylor Swift ever again. The fact that she noticed it, you saw the eyes, right? Look, she had a great run as far as the Chiefs never lost, actually, basically, when she was Travis Kelce's girlfriend. But now the run is over. Yeah. Let's see if the relationship's over. I'm surprised they're not engaged yet, Todd. At some point, you have to bend the knee, right?
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's been, 2 years, right?
Boy, bend the knee really takes on completely different significance when you refer to it in the marriage context. Just quickly before we go, Trump writes, she got booed out of the stadium. MAGA is very unforgiving. So Donald Trump putting the whole booing of Taylor Swift on MAGA. We'll see. Joe, that was really artful, the way you dodged around that. You won't be stuck on Twitter today apologizing to a bunch of 12-year-old girls. Congrats to you.
Thank you.